This lady has narrated her experience after she agreed to marry somebody she met online without first of all knowing where the person comes from or even knowing the person's relatives. When I saw this very video, I never believed that this type of thing could still happen in this era. This lady, I see her picture here now. Her name is Chinonye Anyanwu. She met a guy online and they started chatting. They chatted for the space of 3 months and this very guy proposed marriage to this very girl. This lady agreed to his proposal, but because this very lady has a job that was so demanding, she didn't have time to go and visit this very guy. So this very guy, seeing that Chinonye is a very busy person, told her that she shouldn't worry, that he will be coming to visit her at her place. So when this very guy came, Chinonye saw this very guy in person and then she madly fell in love with him. Even though that this very guy was rushing the marriage of a thing, this very lady knew deep down in her heart that this was abnormal, because the way Amara, this boy, was talking about getting married to her was so shocking. But because she knew that age was no longer on her side, she now accepted to marry him. Because of her marriage to this very guy, Chinonye now applied for leave in her office, but the leave was delayed. So when this very guy saw that Chinonye's leave was being delayed, he now told Chinonye that she shouldn't worry, that he himself would do all the running around concerning the marriage. Meanwhile, this very guy told Chinonye that he wanted them to only do the court wedding and the traditional wedding, that he wanted them to get married so fast that he couldn't wait to see her answer his name, that is being called his wife. This very lady doesn't know where this guy comes from, hasn't seen any member of this guy's family, yet she accepted. But they were only discussing on phone. And the people that this very guy introduced to Chinonye as his relations were people that he paid to act as one. During the introduction of Chinonye, this very guy and the people that he paid to act as his family members went to Chinonye's people and the introduction was made, and then they collected list for the traditional wedding. After collecting the list for the traditional wedding, before you know it, this very guy has already gotten dates for their court wedding within a week, whereas it was supposed to stay like 21 days. But under 1 week, this very guy has already gotten the dates for their court wedding. Remember that the reason why Chinonye hasn't gone to meet this guy's people was because the leave she applied for was not being approved yet. Before you know it, Chinonye and this very guy, they've done their court wedding, they've done their traditional wedding, and they started living as couples. Then this very guy introduced himself to Chinonye's people as a travel agent, and many of Chinonye's people gave him huge amount of money to start processing documents for them to travel outside the country, which he collected. He even collected 2.5 million naira from Chinonye, and all these things were happening in the space of 3 weeks. They were married. And after a while, Chinonye's leave was approved, and then Chinonye told him that he wanted them to go to their village, that she can get to know his people and his village. They fixed a date. A day before the time they were to travel, this very guy told Chinonye that he wanted to drop somewhere before now going to Lagos. I agree with Chinonye that he has to travel first, that when he goes to that very place and then goes to Lagos, Chinonye can now start coming. And that was exactly what happened. This very guy traveled before Chinonye, and after some days that this very guy traveled, Chinonye started calling this guy on phone. This very guy was not picking Chinonye's phone. At times, he would pick and tell her that he would call her back, which he never did. Meanwhile, when all these things were happening, Chinonye found out that she was pregnant. And all the people that this very guy collected money from were all on Chinonye's neck. And Chinonye called this very guy and told this guy that she was pregnant, but this very boy was not happy. She also asked this very guy about the visa that he was processing for her relations. This very guy did not say anything meaningful. And you know what? After that conversation, this very boy blocked Chinonye. Then what Chinonye did was she started calling those numbers that this very boy gave her, that is those his family members. Those numbers blocked her. She could no longer have access to them. This is how Chinonye became a single mother. This very guy went away with Chinonye's money and the money he collected from her people. Chinonye has given birth and the son is now 4 years old. And Chinonye has never seen nor had anything from that very guy up to date. The worst part of the story is that Chinonye doesn't even know where this boy comes from, doesn't know where this boy lives. So that is how Chinonye now came out on the internet to talk about her story, advising ladies never to get married on somebody they meet online. That before they do that, they should first of all know where the person is living, know where the person comes from, and know the person's relatives, so that what happened to her will not happen to ladies. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.